now at 4.
Hurricane Florence inching along, battering the Carolinas.
This is absolute madness right now.
This morning, landfall in North Carolina.
I've never been so terrified in my entire life.
This afternoon, people who stayed behind are trapped.
We got you. You're not going anywhere.
Still to come, days of destruction and human suffering.
This is only the beginning.
Our 3 straight hours of team coverage begins right now.
Now at 4. A night of country music and dancing turns deadly.
We dropped and we heard the gunshots, a lot of gunshots.
It's a horrific scene in there. There is blood everywhere.
What we're learning this afternoon about the suspect.
We know he was a Marine Corps veteran. What we don't know is if he planned to attack this area for quite some time.
Didn't say one word, just pulled out a gun and started shooting.
And the sheriff's sergeant hailed a hero today.
He went in to save lives, to save other people.
News 4 at 4 starts right now.
Six-tenths of a second. Off the face-off, the Capitals have won it. The Washington Capitals, for the first time in their 44-year history, are the Stanley Cup champions.
Probably the happiest guy. I'm so happy for my teammates, for our fans who are watching and back to Washington. I don't know what to say. It's just unbelievable.
It's amazing. I think it's even more amazing watching some of these guys and my teammates lift it.
For my dad, who has Alzheimer's, that his memory's slipping a little these days. It's one memory that I don't think he's going to forget.
Now, on News 4 at 5.
The best father a son or daughter could have.
A day of reflection and remembrance.
No occupant of the Oval Office was more courageous, more principled, and more honorable.
As thousands gather to honor the life and the legacy of former President George H.W. Bush.
A 20th century founding father, an imperfect man. He left us a more perfect union.
Now at 4, Winmageddon. A historic windstorm rocks the DMV. Trees snapped, transformers blown, homes hammered.
Came out and saw this tree and shocked.
Today, News 4 takes you inside the destruction zone.
We'll show you the worst of it and the dramatic cleanup ahead.
It's dark, it's cold, we have no power.
Today's Storm Team 4 explains why the winds are so ferocious.
And it's not over yet. We're working for you, and our team coverage starts right now.
A nation and a community reeling.
Today we mourn, we comfort the grieving, and we hurt.
Words of consolation from the president.
We are all joined together, and your suffering is our burden also.
As people gather in solemn remembrance of lives either taken or heroically given for others.
When Aaron Feist died, he did it protecting others.
Tonight, the call for justice as we learn new details about the shooter and the school massacre.
He pulled the fire alarm, he waited for the students to come out, and he opened fire.
And the push for change following what is now the 18th school shooting of 2018.
The violence has to stop.
Now, decision night in America.
I have a voice and I'd like it to be heard.
Tonight, the most explosive midterms in a generation reaches its critical climax.
Oh my God, this is the election you have to vote for.
Blue battlegrounds, red firewalls, and white-hot stakes.
Vote for Republican Congress, for Republican Senate.
You can be a check on bad behavior.
Races, right here at home, are the early indicators, and News 4 has a team of reporters helping you gauge the wave.
From Comstock and Wexton
To Kane and Stewart.
to Hogan and Dulles.
We're working for you.
As voter turnout surges.
And anticipation boils over.
Midterm elections used to be like boring, didn't they?
Decision 2018, an NBC4 election special, starts now. Now, Amazon's arrival. Northern Virginia crowned one of the winners in a top-secret sweepstakes for HQ2. The destination, a now twinkling Crystal City. The prize, a multi-billion-dollar bonanza.
Tonight, News 4 is working for you.
Team coverage of this prime pick that will transform our region.
The economic game changer.
The changes to your commute.
The real estate market shockwaves.
The new National Landing neighborhood.
And Amazon's sweeping reach into your life.
News 4's special report of this landmark announcement. Amazon's arrival starts now.
Clearly, this is worse than it was in July of 2016. I want to make it very clear to everybody, this is worse.
Nobody come to Elegant City right now.
Oh my gosh. 3 cars, holy cow.
That we have one missing person who's been reported. His name is Edison Herman.
It's really, truly devastating.
It's on the first floor and heading towards the second floor, so we're on the third floor.
We saw a Jeep float by. We saw water coming in under the doors.
It's terrible.
We're down in the valley. When the downpours come like that, this is the bottom of the bowl.
I can just tell you my heart is broken. Can't imagine what they're going through. I couldn't imagine what they went through 2 years ago, and now it's even worse.
Today at approximately 7:55 a.m., Great Mills High School student produced a handgun and shot a female who was 16 and a male who was 14.
I heard a gunshot from my left hand side.
The children, of course, were scared. We were crying. We were praying.
I heard the shot, and we just was thinking like we gotta get out of school.
On this day, we realize our worst nightmare.
If you don't think this can't happen at your school, you are sadly mistaken.
You know, the notion of it can't happen here is no longer a notion.
Now at 4.
A looming catastrophe in the Carolinas.
Disaster is at the doorstep and it's coming in.
Pretty crazy not to be concerned.
Just stressed out to the max thinking, am I going to have a home to come back to?
Today, News 4 is live on the North Carolina coast as Florence closes in.
It's enough to make me a native of New Orleans leave.
Yeah, I've been through quite a few, having lived down here for 30 years. This one concerns me.
Now at 4, the updated track.
The countdown to landfall.
And the escape from the storm of a lifetime.
Live team coverage starts now.
Right now on News 4 at 5, a trifecta of infernos.
Flames tear through homes in 3 separate communities.
I think they need more trucks. There's not any water. There's not any water going on that townhouse, and people live there.
All happening at the same time, challenging the firefighters called to put them out on a hot day.
And the family's now trying to clean up from this nightmare. We have a team of reporters covering it all. News 4 at 5 starts now.